Not gonna lie here, folks. Dominion Commando here. That is the best looking SMG I have ever seen. It is way better than the G&G ARP9 in my opinion, looks wise. Yeah, the G&G ARP9 can be converted to a 5.56 lower. That's probably the unique part. I don't know about this gun specifically, but I do like the body and the look of it. Obviously, I would change if I could or if it's possible, swap out the gears for a 5.56 lower, just so because again, the biggest thing about airsoft, paintball, or whatever, even cosplays, is saving money. Unless you have a 3D printer and you're super talented and you're an artist and all that. But for people like me, semi-pro airsofter, sponsored, 12 years into the game, I've learned a thing or two, and it's like I tell people, unless you have the money, don't buy like gas guns or polar stars right away because, well, they're super expensive, especially with the new technology coming out since COVID or pre-COVID. All the airsoft technology has upgraded since then, and that's not even a lie. Because now I saw on Amazon like the Titan Polar Star engine. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna look that probably more into it and get back to it. I might buy it. I'm not sure. It's about $400 or $359. I forgot. But anyway, this is one of those products where it's like this actually looks legitimately cool. And I don't know if you can use them in the G&G ARP9. That's probably the only way it would save you money is if the mags are compatible with each other. Obviously, this is specna arms, which I've seen some of their products on Eve. Like, I like some of the body styles on it. It looks really good. It's really sexy. It's clean and it's sleek. Not the G&G ARP9 where you had to take out the stinking what is it, the muzzle or whatever, and it looks like it's like kind of like the warthog kind of a thing, or the wild hog. Not really a fan of that kind of muzzle brake, but it kind of makes the G&G ARP9 a little bit more difficult to put like tracers and all that instead of this gun right here. It runs pretty beautifully from the looks of it. I don't know what's currently in it. If these guys would make a video of what's in it internally, explain like how Evike does, that would be great. But truthfully, I don't know. But I just wanted to say that this is one of the best looking SMGs I have ever seen, especially because it's also the stick mags. I'm not a big fan of stick mags because, well, you have less rounds than an actual 5.56 standard high cap, which is 300 rounds. Or if you get the PTS mags, they fit like 200 rounds and something because of the spring or whatever you have to do to change it. Or the mid caps, which fits 140. Now, with that being said, like I said, if you change it to a 5.56 lower, it's going to save you money, even if you go, for example, toward Tractor Supply or a crappy airsoft store, and it's an M4 mag. That can go into like a better gun that has the 5.56 lower. I think you might need to do modifications to the magwell, which is put Velcro tape where that little space is in the back. Also, you figure that the 5.56 lower is basically an M4 mag. As I was plainly stating, because think of it this way: the SMG mags currently standing at some places are $20, the stick mags, or you can find them for like 17 or whatever on Evikes or in your local airsoft store. But you're spending about $10 per mag on mid caps. Sorry. $8 on mid caps, $10 on high caps, 10, 15, 20, depending on whatever. The PTST mags, those are the ones that are really expensive, but supposedly it's highly recommended. So that's up to you as the airsoft consumer of what you personally want. But again, the G&G ARP9 is not one of my favorite guns. You can't really do much to it because you have to take off the whole rail guard. You have to take off the whole thing, even to put on a 14 millimeter negative thread or positive thread so you could put a tracer on it. That's like too much work for one person. So it's better if you got the like kind of like how the specna arms is. It's like the AR-15 upper, where the flash hider is accessible. It's not inside the handguard. But again, these are just my opinions. If anybody would like to post their ARP9 builds and prove me wrong, be my guest, because I would actually like to see ARP9s turn like military milsim builds. But again, it's just me, my personal preference. I ran a Nemesis X. Not one of my favorite guns because it is the most pickiest of guns. Because you need the Nemesis X mags to run it. You can't use the G&G ARP9 mags. I made the mistake of buying 10 of those suckers, or 8 of the high caps, and they never fit the Nemesis. So it's like, well, I just wasted my money. Why am I buying an SMG stick mag? Yeah, the upper looked okay. The upper looked awesome for a, you know, shorty. But again, it's just where I wish I kind of converted it to a 5.56 lower if it was remotely possible, because where SMGs are certainly picky, that's where your problem is going to be, especially if you get a Nemesis X, because those things are a picky ass SMG to get the max for. Even if you find them on Amazon, even if you find them on eBay. I did not find out eBay at the time. I'm sure they have them, but at the time I did not find them. So again, it's just one of those things that's a personal preference. But yeah, that's basically my opinion, folks. Other than that, like I said, the M4s are a little bit money saver. And just so everybody is aware, for first time airsofters, unless you have the money for a gas blowback gun, do not get it, because their mags are $65 a piece. And I don't think you want to spend that for your first time in airsoft. Unless you're like, your dad's like military, police, or somebody who wants to have you train with a simulated gun, go ahead and get it. But it's just a heads up warning. Obviously, gas blowbacks there are your gas blowback users out there. Maybe they could comment some advice for mag maintenance. Um, but yeah, pretty much. It's not my spiel, because it's like, I'm not spending $65 for a mag. Like, come on. And especially if that mag is going to be sensitive and then it breaks, and then, oh, well, there's $65 down the drain. You need a new mag. Even when I bought my first ever gas blowback gun, horrible mistake. I only had one mag, but the gun never worked. And it was brand new, right out of the box. Like, not even kidding. Not even used. But again, that was like G&G's like first gas blowback gun. But obviously, if you haven't seen Airsoft GI, they made a new one that looks super, super cool. It's sleek. Again, it's really super clean for what it's worth. And I haven't seen a gas blowback G&G for a while. That was like pre-COVID. Like, I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school. And that's a long time. But obviously, like I said, they've come over the years. They have outdone themselves. Go check out Airsoft GI on that. But honestly, can't wait. But again, the SMG world is not me, although I do have a Scorpion Evo, but it's an AEG. It's not a gas blowback. It is not the G&G ARP9, because, again, the ARP9s are too much work, in my opinion, unless you're going to sit there, take the time, and go through it all. Is it a cool gun for speed softers? Absolutely, because they come with the custom kits and all that. But that's the only point I really see out of it. But anyway, guys, I'm about to start my day, and I hope all of you guys have a nice day. Hopefully I can get my gear up and do some duets with dual operators, or do it with Lucifina and a couple other guys. So anyway, stay tuned. Go check out my YouTube, subscribe, like, throw a comment down below, mag dump the like button, and we'll see you on the next one.